I want to take you down memory lane a little bit, and I'd like you to tell me what's happening in some of these photos, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
All right, let's start with right here. All right, what do we got? What's happening here, man?
What's happening there is we are about to go to a fucking Warrant album signing at Face the Music. And I had both of my CDs. I was actually going to give one of those to you to sign it, and then I was going to get the other one signed. And then we ended up standing in that fucking line for like, I don't know how long it was.
I'm already going to have to correct you on something. You were never going to give me a CD. You did give me something to get signed.
I was going to give it to you so you could get it signed for me is what I meant.
But I was like, if I'm going to stand in line, I want an autograph for myself.
Right.
Is that what you're thinking?
And I don't think you had that cherry pie poster in your hand.
No, you gave it to me. You did.
Did I give it to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
We'll get to there, though. Carry on.
But anyway, that's what's going on with this picture. We're getting ready to go see Warrant. Of course, we were standing in that line for, I forget how long it was, an hour and a half, 2 hours. I had to leave to go to work. Yeah, I had to leave to go to work.
Did you need to go to work, Mike?
Well, yeah, I did. I had to be at Schmidt Printing at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, but you got permission to come in late.
Maybe. But yeah,
no, you did, because I remember busting your balls. I'm like, you're going to leave me here? So what happened? What happened?
Yeah. What happened? You got your damn poster signed, didn't get my CD signed for me, and that was kind of a sore spot for me.
You know, I'm going to put up a poll, and I'm going to I'm going to tell my side of the story a little bit. And keep in mind, we're good friends. Because I've actually turned on this topic at all, but I think it's still funny to talk about. So yeah, now I did. First of all, I stood in line for a band I don't like to give you company, so you'd have someone to go with. Also with the idea that, you know, like I could get something signed, so you gave me this poster that Face the Music had actually given you. Right. So you had no real personal financial connection to the thing or really care for it. So that was it. And then like you started to get really neurotic and kind of pacing and like, fuck, I'm going to be in so much fucking trouble. It's like, Mike, you called and you asked, can I do this? They said yes. And it's like, it's not your fault. The band is late. Just tell them that. But you kind of you just drove yourself crazy and you bailed. Yeah. So the plan was that like I was going to get my poster autographed in one of the CDs for you. I get up there and they immediately scrap the plan. And I have to make a decision. So I made the selfish one. Like, well, I'm going to get... I fucking actually stood in this line, okay? I didn't bail and go to work like some kind of loser. I got it signed for myself and you didn't get anything. But the silver lining is you did leave your camera with me and I took a bunch of pictures.
You did.
Which in hindsight, I like that stuff more anyway. But the funny thing is the last time I tried to find this poster, I didn't by chance give this to you because I can't find it.
No, you said that on an episode to somebody that you had given it to me, and that was not correct. I don't know what happened to it.
I think I meant to give it to you and couldn't find it. Is probably where my brain is
I mean, I don't doubt that, Jason. Like one of our first encounters where we were actually hanging out outside of school, you gave me a fucking box full of Kiss posters. So
okay, fair enough.
So yeah, I don't doubt that you intended to give that to me. And
I'll tell you what, if I ever come across it, it's yours. All right, what's going on in this picture, Mike?
This is the Kiss convention, if I recall correctly, in 1990. Was that in 95?
I think so, yeah.
And we were just hanging out.
The official Kiss Con for people that are big Kiss fans, yeah.
We were just hanging out in a bar, drinking some beers, and getting ready to do videotaping in our underwear or something in the hotel room.
Yeah, so this is the night before.
Yeah.
And this is a bar across the highway from the hotel.
Yeah.
You know what? I should have looked up the picture of the girl that you cock-blocked me from and probably did me a favor.
Was she like a redhead or something?
Yeah, kind of a little chunky redhead.
Yeah.
But yeah, we get back. We're just hammed.
Yeah.
And we ended up going down to the lobby at, around 2 a.m., both of us in our boxer shorts.
Yeah.
And there's some typical shirt tucked in, kind of overweight Kiss fan sitting in the lobby waiting for them to show up. And he's got his, like, Kiss Alive gold record. And, you know, I want to apologize to that guy because I know I sat and talked to him for probably longer than he was comfortable with. I honestly, I don't remember what we would have talked about other than Kiss.
Yeah, it was all Kiss, man. We weren't talking about anything but Kiss that weekend. I remember hearing that Shannon Hoon died on the way there, and I had to kind of set that aside in the back of my mind. And I enjoyed the Kiss convention as much as I would have had that not happened. But then I brooded about it all day the following day. So,
a lot of fun stories and video footage of us at the Kiss convention. Actually, you know, it's one of my favorite memories of us, but we got so fucking many. All right, what's going on here, Mike?
oh my God, this is, there's that Cinderella shirt you were talking about. This was just, I don't really remember the specifics of this. This was just a party that we were having at our house. And, you know, for all I know, you, me, and Garrett might have been the only three there. But but obviously not, because somebody had to take that fucking picture.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was just one of those many, many parties we had was that Cedar Avenue?
Oh, First Avenue North.
First Avenue Northeast, yeah, over there by the Mayo Civic Center.
Yeah, just right off of Broadway in downtown.
Yeah. Lots of parties in that house, man.
When was the last time you drove by that house?
Fuck. I mean, it's been gone for how long now?
Yeah, a long time.
Yeah, I knew you wanted to get that wall out of there before they knocked it down. But
you know what? In hindsight, we should have just cut the fucking shit off the wall.
Yeah, it was just paneling. We could have just ripped it down.
And it's not like we had a deposit. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, you saved us a shit ton of rent in that apartment because we were like working on the apartment.
Yeah, I fudged all the numbers. It's like,
yeah.
In fairness, I did the work and you didn't, but I was like, I owed you a bunch of money, so I was like, well, you know, this is help them out, man. Yeah, no rent this month, Mike.
Yep, I appreciate that.
All right. Well, I've been wanting to ask you this. I found this in my yearbook. Someone we went to high school with, I assume, because it's one of the. Do you know this girl?
Hey, suck it, Bakko.
Man, look at your hair.
I was going for the Bon Jovi look at the time, I think.
Now, did anybody ever, between like getting dressed for your senior photo, taking your senior photo, or anywhere along the line, did anybody go, "You're really going to wear that sweatshirt"?
No, actually, I was living with Oz at the time, and he was like, "That's great, man. You'll have you'll have that world championship permanently memorialized." And so, yeah, that's the only advice I was getting on that one.
All right. Well, I only got looks like
I do have another senior photo though that's not in that sweater. I took that and a brown sweater to get my senior photos done, and you have that other senior photo of me too. So.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, for the record, I just didn't have it ready here because we're not busting my balls. At least I'm not. I got one of my senior pictures. I'm wearing cutoff shorts and a Dino the Dinosaur from the Flintstones T-shirt. So yeah,
I think I remember that. I think
still
I do.
Better than
Were
this,
you
so,
sitting down on the grass outside by a tree or something?
Oh my God! I thought oh yeah, hold on. What's going on here?
So, short story long, Paul Stanley was doing a book signing at the Tattered Cover down here in Denver, and I had read about it, and I wasn't even going to go because the article clearly said that he wasn't going to be hanging out, taking pictures, signing autographs, none of that. It said you could buy his book, have him sign it, and that was it. Maybe, shake his hand if you wanted to. But my girlfriend at the time said, "You've been listening to this guy your whole life. You should go." So I went. I walked into the bookstore. I went up to the counter to buy the fucking book, and they were all already signed. And I said, if I'm going to buy this book and it's already signed, I said, what the fuck am I going to stand in that line for? Because he was down on the bottom floor, and that line was all the way up the stairs and wrapped around the top floor. Yeah, it was a long line. And he goes, well, Paul Stanley got here early so that he could sign all the
books, around the picture,
so that he could hang out and take pictures and talk with you guys. And I said, well, that's exactly why I'm here. So, and then, after about 2 hours
for the viewers at home, let's lean over a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like this way?
No. Just for this. Like, just literally kick your head over. Keep going.
Whatever. Yeah.
I'm doing it too.
So anyway, I waited in that line for a couple hours. Finally got up there. Walked up to Paul, shook his hand. He said, I said, how are you doing? He said, I'm doing great. How are you? I said, I'm doing well. And I immediately said, the awkward Wilson kind of thing. I immediately just said to him, hey, I got what I think is this pretty sweet kiss tattoo on my back. And
no, but this is an example of, because I bust your balls this all the time. I don't believe I'm exaggerating it at all. It's like, especially 2 drinks, 3 drinks, Mike will like, oh man, that is so funny. This unrelated thing. Have you seen my? Yeah. This is a situation where it totally makes sense. Of course, you whip it out here.
Yeah. And he
but that
said,
does not look like you. That looks a lot more like me. I'm sorry.
Yeah. or maybe your deceased friend who tried to send you a picture of it and say it was him. And how do you like my new sweet tattoo? And you go, not only do I know that's not you, but that guy was the best man in my wedding.
Yeah. We're talking about Rock and Ron Runyon for people who are listeners of this show and Decibel Geek. Lost a pretty serious battle with I don't remember what it was anymore, and I feel bad about that. But he's no longer with us. But I just want to make sure, in case it comes off wrong to people who don't know. He posted it as a joke. He was not trying to misrepresent anybody. I playfully play back. Not only know that ain't you, Ron.
Yeah.
No, you are absolutely Paul Stanley fucking Instagrammed this. And you are absolutely a kind of miniature rock star in the Kiss nerddom. This has been on Kiss FAQ. All sorts of Kiss groups on Facebook. You would not believe the number of times I've seen this just on my feed, and I'm like, why is Wilson on my feed and it's not him? Who is this? And he's not the only Kiss member you've shown it to.
No.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. That was a different meet and greet.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah.
I remember this. You were like, I need to get a picture with Bakko. How much is the VIP package?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. I love how you superimpose your head over that guy. Oh, he was a crack up, man. What
are you talking about? That's me.
Yeah. All right. I'll let you run with it. You were so hammered that night, man. And I walked up to you and I said, hey, man, I've been a fan my whole life. And I said, I have this cool Kiss tattoo, and I'd like to get a picture of you with it. And I took off my shirt, and I turned around, and his tour manager had my phone. And the first thing he says to me is, where am I? And I thought, what? I just kind of looked at him, and I was like, yeah, if you can't find yourself, I can't help you.
So, are you talking about this? You're talking about this picture.
I'm talking about that guy, yeah.
Yeah, well, he's blind as a bat, and he's wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
And I think it was more like, where am I?
Yeah.
Where am I?
I love your Ace Frehley voice, man. You got it down really good. Yeah, it was.
He agrees.
Even with that, the VIP, I was only supposed to get one signature from him, and because you had your history book signed by him years ago, I took my history book up there to get that exact same page signed because I love you, brother, and I want to I want to pay homage to you, or I just wanted to rip off your idea. But
in all fairness, it was Ace's idea. I just wanted him to sign that autograph page, and he's like, "Hold on, there's a certain." He went to the page that. Of the kind of 2-page spread of him from the Elder to sign that.
Yeah.
That was his choice.
But I had it bookmarked with a picture of my back tattoo before the solo album covers were added to it. So it was just the 4 guys from Destroyer standing in the middle of my back. And that was my bookmark for that page. And so he signed it, and then he grabbed my bookmark and he signed that. And then he grabbed my VIP and he signed that. And I was like, oh, okay. If I would have known you were going to sign 3 things, I would have brought my damn solo CD, But
I just want to know, can I be there for the family meeting where the kids are old enough now to see Daddy's back tattoo and hear the story of like the great shame he's brought upon their family?
I had a buddy, Scott, who used to say, yeah, if you're lucky enough to have grandchildren, they'll come over someday and go, Grandpa, can we see your kazoo tattoo?
Oh, man.
All
right. Well, that's enough of the fun there. We're going to get into more kind of stuff here, but